Good morning, friends. Happy Monday. It is Monday at like 10 a.m. Yes, I did just wake up about 30 minutes ago. It's fine. Mondays are my always days off, and if I work on Sundays, I always close due to having church in the morning. But I thought I would bring you along my day today. So, without further ado, here's a Monday in my life. One thing I have worked really hard on the past couple of months is washing my face and brushing my teeth. Sorry. Those are things I've wanted to do for years, and I just always struggle, right? I do it for about 2 days or 2 weeks, and then I just quit. But I have been successful this time, at least for right now, in brushing my teeth and washing my face. Sorry, I like that light on better. And so, yep, Orpheus is currently right there. He never really leaves my side. He is a stinker. In fact, I was putting something in the closet, and he crushed his paw when I was closing it because he put his paw right in the door frame. He's good. I checked him. But if you have a kitten, they always keep you on your toes. Okay, so let's get started. So I got my face wash, my eyes balls in, and my brush, my teeth, my teeth brushed. So now I'm gonna go pick an outfit for the day and then start figuring out what I want to start on. So I need to get some schoolwork done, and then there's like basic cleaning stuff around the apartment that I always do on Mondays. So let's go. Since the last time I really videoed, we have moved. So here's a little snippet of my new room, but I get like this gorgeous walk-in closet. I am not complaining. I had the tiniest closet in the last place. So I'm really excited to have a bigger closet. But now here comes the problem of trying to figure out what I want to wear when I see almost all my clothes. I don't know the weather because I never check the weather. But I don't know what I'm gonna do. Hold that thought. This is what I decided on. It's just a blue like athletic wear from All in Motion from Target. I got it on clearance, which is always best. Honestly though, the Target clearance section is pretty good, not gonna lie. But so when we moved in, we were told that they were repaving, and so they repaved everything, but then it rained, and so that middle section where that darker is, they did not get a chance to fill that in. So now, last night we couldn't park here, and so they're redoing it. So hopefully they won't have to redo it again, because I feel like it's just been more than normal, but it's fine. Honestly, not a really big inconvenience. So yeah, okay. Every morning, most mornings, there are some mornings that I forget, but I am on meds, and honestly, I've been on meds for years, and so for me, taking medication isn't really a question. It's kind of just how it is. But I'm actually on less meds than I have ever been on. I'm on about like 4 daily meds, and then I have a few rescue ones. But I'm very excited because I feel like at one point I was on like what felt like 15 a day, or for like 6 in the morning and then like 10 at night or something like that. So I'm really excited at what level we've gotten down to. The Lord is just good. So I've never really been someone who wanted, I mean, obviously no one wants to take meds, but I, for the longest time, couldn't swallow pills. And so we had to find other forms. And I don't know if you've ever had liquid medication, but it's not very good. And so, hold on, there's a glare there. So I've had the liquid medication, I've had patches, I've had all the things, and so I'm very grateful that I can swallow pills. Honestly, I feel like it's something people take for granted, and as someone who knows exactly what it's like to not be able to swallow pills, like, sorry, I think there's a crack in my phone screen, that's where that glare is coming from, but I know very well, just, it's kind of like, honestly, it's a hidden blessing to be able to take pills, and not have to rely on like liquid or anything else. So let me take this, hold on. Friends, so I got the dishes done. I'm gonna let it dry a little bit before I take the little thing out that has all the gross food in it, and throw that away. And then I got the dishwasher started. So I'm not sure where to go from now. So some of the key things that I do on Mondays is I always vacuum. And then since we are mostly hardwood, it makes it a lot easier just to mop rather than having like 2 places to mop, because then you get frustrated. So I will vacuum, I will mop, I will do the litter box. So fun fact, it's gonna get really loud, hold on. Should be a little quiet, just a smidge quieter here. So I did get a litter box, an automatic litter box, and honestly it's been the best thing ever. It definitely helps. I found out that dirty litter boxes can increase UTIs. And if you don't know, boy cats are like more prone, I think, to like not directly UTIs, but urinary tract issues. So I think it's gonna be really helpful just to prevent anything, because I don't want anything to happen to my sweet Orpheus. And so I have the pet pivot. Definitely not sponsored. It's actually going right now. It's really fun. But that's been a huge help, especially in this moving process. So I need to vacuum, and I need to mop, and I need to figure out what room I want to start with. I have clothes in the dryer that I started last night, and so I need to take those out of the dryer. So those are my 3 or 4 big things that I need to do right this moment. I'm gonna take a couple-minute break, and then get to it. I just got all my laundry put away. So my door, it's cracked on the edge, so I don't close it because I don't want it to break when I'm opening it. But so I got my clothes put away. I have a Navi here. She's a sweet little girl. She's purring. She likes attention only on her terms. Otherwise, she does not want it. But I don't know if you can hear her. Are you purring, baby girl? Good girl. So I think my next step is gonna be at least to vacuum my room for now. So I don't really talk about it, but I deal with a lot of chronic issues, kind of. We're trying to figure it out. But one of those is I can only do activity for about 5 to 10 minutes before I need to take a good break. So I'm gonna take a little break after doing that, and then we're gonna get moving on. I've gotten all the rooms vacuumed, besides my roommates, and then I did also mop my bathroom. So that's one of the things is with my bathroom, I always vacuum and then mop it at the same time, so that when I'm mopping the rest of the place, my bathroom is not wet, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna start mopping the rest of the apartment. So everything has been mopped and vacuumed. I'm gonna let stuff dry for a little bit, and then I'm gonna wipe the counters. I know I should have done that before I vacuumed. It's fine. My cat's going crazy. So and then in a little bit I'm gonna start school. Yeah. Besides at work, I was reading or appointments. These books have my heart. I cannot tell you how many times I was on the edge of my seat and literally like, if something happens to this person, I'm never picking up another book again. They are the best series I think I've ever read, besides like when I was younger and, you know, Rainbow Magic, whatever. But and then another book that I just read was called Nope. I think it's Everlasting Mercy. I always get Everlasting and Neverending wrong. But I think it's Everlasting Mercy. And it was super, super good. It's another one. I read it in like, you know, a couple hours. When I sit down and read, I can actually read a book or two a day. I just generally don't sit down and read. And so that one was really good. There wasn't a trigger warning on it. There really doesn't need to be one, but if you are sensitive to things like cancer, I would highly recommend debating before you read this book, because it will wreck you. The second one in the series, called Everlasting Love, comes out, I think it's August 25th, and I'm so excited, but once again, I think it's gonna tear my heart out. I don't generally read fiction, and before like this, the only fiction I really read was Disney fiction, because I love Disney. So it's been really interesting to find series that I enjoy, that are fiction. It's definitely a new, like, it kind of brings life to reading again. There's a couple other books that I've read that I can't think of off the top of my head. I'll put them down in the description below. Yeah, so I really love doing that. I have been reading my Bible. So I finished Philippians the other day. I don't remember if I started another book or if I need to start another book. I need to figure that out today. And so there's that. I'm in one class for the summer. It is for my psych major. And then going into the fall term, I'm going back up to 3 classes, so I'm really excited. It's been about a year since my surgery. And that's wild to think that a year ago, I was preparing to go down and have major brain surgery. So if you're new to my channel or don't know, I have Tourette syndrome, and I was very blessed by being able to be in a clinical trial for deep brain stimulation. It has truly changed my life. I wish I could have done it sooner. If that was an option, I don't know if it was, but I also know that the Lord's timing is always best. And so there's probably a reason why it wasn't until last year, but there was a lot of pain and heartache that went through meds or just flare-ups and just never-ending tics. So yeah, it's been almost a year. I have like 7 days, I think, 7 or 8 days. I can't remember if it was the 20th or the 21st last year. But that's crazy to think about. And just to see how far I've come since the surgery is crazy. Also, my hair's longer. I have that side clipped up. So I did just get it cut because like the bottom was 5 different lengths and I did not like it. And so I did just get it cut, but let's see. Ooh, I get to see Flyleaf in 8 days. 8 days. The 21st to the 13th when I'm filming this. And so I am beyond excited. Lacey Sturm in general has been one of my favorite artists since I was about 15. So that's about 11 years ago. And so the fact that so it's really funny. Most people know Lacey Sturm through Flyleaf. Well, I know Flyleaf through Lacey Sturm. But I'm really, really excited that I get to see them in concert. I love concerts, fun fact. Most people don't think I do because I don't like crowds. I don't like loud noises, but music is different. So I'm really, really excited for that. And then one of my friends is coming into town on the 23rd, I think it is. So I'll get to see her that day, and I'm really, really excited. There's potential that she could move to Indiana. It's all in the Lord's will, but if it happens, I will not complain because I will be very excited. So if you see this, you know who you are. I'm excited to see you. And then I go back to Florida at the end of this month for a check-in for my trial. So yeah, it's crazy. Life's a little crazy right now. I have 15 bajillion doctor's appointments all the time. I'm getting injections for my migraines. Actually, this Wednesday, so today is the 13th. I get them on the 15th. And then on the 27th, I'm getting another kind of injection thing in my back because I have degenerative discs, whatever, in my back. So I feel like life has just been nonstop. And it's actually really, really hard for me to sit down and film and talk about things. Not because I don't want to. Sorry, my nose is just, but just because I don't think about it, and B, like, I feel like when I do get a second to breathe, like, I am trying to relax rather than focus on other things. So this was not supposed to be a little check-in, but it's a little check-in. Yeah, so I need to get doing things again. I just ate lunch. I am not even kidding you when I say that wood-fired pizza is my favorite, but just straight up that restaurant here in town that I love, I would go there every day and get pizza if I could. They're also very kind. I think it's a locally owned business. And so, yeah, I really love it there. Let's see. If you guys are ever in, the Indianapolis region, there's a coffee shop called Fresh Pots. It's fun because, like, it's kind of a local known one, but it's my absolute favorite coffee shop, and I have a drink on the secret menu. So it's a whole story, but I love white chocolate and lavender lattes. It was kind of weird how it came about. So I started getting it there when I would go in the mornings, because I used to have a prayer morning with some of the girls in my group, so we would meet there. And then, so yeah, they kind of, probably a year and a half later, like, hey, can we put this on your menu? So if you ever go to Fresh Pots coffee bar in Indiana, and get a Madison Ave, that is my drink. It is my favorite thing. Yeah, so sorry about this chit chat session. That was not planned, but let's get into it. It's funny. So a lot of people at work think I'm always busy and always doing stuff, and not gonna lie, this is generally what I'm doing. I'm not really sure what's happening. I get tired really, really easy. And so moving was not very easy. It would literally be like 15-20 minutes of packing, and then 5-10 minutes of laying down just to be able to function. And so I just kind of, I kind of hide this part a lot. I don't ever talk about the fatigue that I'm really dealing with. And so, yeah, this is reality. This is, hey, sometimes you can do stuff for a little bit, and then if you don't rest, your body's gonna get really angry. In my closet, I've worked a little bit. I'm about to do a little bit more. But I had a couple totes that I put under my bed from my last apartment that had random clothes in it. Actually, the one I found was my, spring and summer clothes, my short sleeves. So that was exciting. So I found all these clothes I forgot I had. But so my current goal is to just kind of organize it a little bit. So I'll kind of show you where it's at. My dresses, and then red shirts, and then all my regular shirts, and then here's all my sweatshirts. Yes, I have 10 tons. If you didn't know, I run cold a lot, and so I'm almost always in a sweatshirt. So the fact that I'm actually not right now is surprising. And then there's all my workout clothes. My shoes are currently down here. I have very severe out of sight, out of mind. So I forgot about like half these shoes, especially my heels down there. So I was cleaning a little bit. Sorry, that glare. I got some of the spare room done, and I realized the reason I can't find, I'm gonna set y'all down, hold on. The reason I can't find that container with my long sleeve / winter clothes is because I'm fairly certain that I actually have it down in my dad's basement. But I wanted to tell you guys about this little hack. I don't actually know when I did this or how it came about, but I have bobby pins in a little Tic Tac container, and honestly, this thing is my favorite thing ever for my bobby pins. I don't know how it happened. It just kind of
I don't know. But it's nice because they're all contained. And when you have a little cat like I do who really, really likes bobby pins, this is a nice little thing to keep them from getting them. So just thought I'd send that little hack. I don't know how old this hack is, but it seems pretty old. So yeah, my cat is currently on the counter. Hold on. Orpheus, say hello. So yeah. So the spare room, it's kind of a mix of a lot of things. That's actually where our pantry stuff is. So our spare room has in the closet our rack of food, like our dry food, and then we are gonna put a deep chest freezer or whatever in there, just because we have a lot of freezer food and our freezer doesn't really have a lot of room. And then that's where all of my craft supplies is, and if you know me, you know I have a lot of crafts. And then there's also going to be a little book nook there. So I don't like clutter. I don't do well when it's clutter or things kind of everywhere. So I kind of just got it spread out a little bit so it looks a little better. But yeah, that's where we're at. I'm just kind of chilling, trying to figure out if there's anything else I want to do or if I just want to kind of like chill and, read or something. So Disney music is playing. It soon might be changing to Hamilton though. I'll keep y'all posted. All right, friends, I think this is where I'm gonna end the vlog for today. Navi's just in there, Orpheus is there. I feel like, sorry that glare. I feel like we got a lot done today, so I'm pretty happy about it. I will see you guys next time. Hold on to hope and stay strong. Bye.